Welcome to the Discover Montcalm Podcast. This is episode 167. Back in June of 2025, Dillinger in the Mornings on 106.3 FM interviewed me, and we talked about DW video, we talked about the Discover Montcalm Podcast, and some insights on why I'm doing what I'm doing. Take it away, Dillinger.
We are speaking with Duane Weed. He is with DW Video. He runs the
Discover
Montcalm Podcast.
Yep.
Right out of Howard City. You're a local guy, so you're in tune with all local people. You do work for the Career Center,
Yes.
the MACC, which is a great place. And how long have you been doing graphic communications and all that?
Well, the video production and that, I started the business back in 1984.
Wow.
Graduated from Ferris in 1983. So,
Very good.
You know, it's one of those things. I know that we're working with you, trying to get you to come in and host some.
We'll bring some friends.
Yeah. It's finally getting to a point where, I started. I always joke that I'm the cheapest host I can find.
Right.
And I can carry equipment.
Right.
So I like that. But bringing Cara in and now hopefully bringing you in to do some is kind of where I wanted to bring it, because it's not about me.
Right.
It's definitely not about me. It's about learning about the community, whether you're a community member, whether you're a business, a nonprofit. I mean, I've interviewed some, I just did one with the Road Commission and learned a lot of things about the Road Commission that I didn't know. I think her name. The problem that I have is I bring these people in, I can remember the story, but I can't always remember the names.
Names are difficult.
And I apologize for anybody that's been on the show, but I think Eve from Stanton works at that place that has the $5 haircut there in town, and also the VFW, and just bringing these people in and learning so much about
from the Stanton American Legion.
Yes.
Eve Whitsley.
Yes. Okay, so American Legion. I mean, but how community, getting to know people, and the thing about the podcast, it's communities, it's people, it's entertainment, it's everything. It's not just a business. I've interviewed community members. Matter of fact, I really like that. I'm trying to get one right now. I'm just trying to coordinate it. Who's been transplanted into the area when she was 25, got married, and is now in her 80s. And I'm trying to do a story with her, just because she grew up in an area, and
she's watched it grow and change.
And that's the perspective, because part of it is, I want to know the person behind the sign. We all go by signs in the country, in the city. We think that our city is only the downtown.
Yeah, it's this big.
It's this big. But you go around the county of Montcalm, or any county, but because it's Discover Montcalm, there are a bunch of businesses that are out and about. A lot of cottage industry, people, doing some great work, and that's the people that I want to interview. Just like you guys bring people in the morning, and like why I'm here today. I want to do the same with the podcast, and it's a story about them. Get to know who they are, so the next time you see that sign, you go, oh, you may not know them, but you go, oh,
with you.
That person, you get to know them, and that becomes a networking event, which then becomes greater. And what happens in Carson City and Howard City, I'm trying to, blend that.
Connect them.
Because the more work we can do within our county, the better for our economic stature. And if, we don't have fences around our communities, let's get to know people. And one thing that I was given was a gift to gab. And
I know.
Well, and you and I have chatted since we got to know each other. it's that type of thing that I want to put out for other people to say, come on, Discover Montcalm, and let's talk about it. So it's Discover Montcalm Podcast.com, and come over to my studio. Over in Howard City.
I do like your studio.
It's got its moments of clutter, but don't move anything because those are all projects.
Organized chaos.
It really is. But like today, I have a day off from school. Came in here.
Yep.
I'm going back. I've got a person. I'm interviewing at 12:30, and Kara's coming in at 1:30. She's got a guest that she's going to be doing. I'd love to, because it's your story.
Yeah.
It's your story, and whether you run the business or whether you've been here, all your life, you got a story.
You know something.
You got a story.
Absolutely.
And that to me is what I'm after, and I didn't realize it when I started. It's like you get into this little whirlwind. There have been people that I've interviewed that have passed.
Yeah.
In my 100 and some episodes here, and it's wow.
Yeah, it's nice
I
to have
now
a
have
record.
them. I now have them. I mean, and in a couple cases it was they were too young, and and I can say cancer sucks.
Yeah.
But
I'm not allowed to say the words I think about cancer on the air.
I agree. But the idea that had I not interviewed that person, we would have lost that story.
Yeah.
So whether it's a historic moment about growing up, or whether just about their business or their job, so nonprofits. I mean, if you live in Montcalm County, you're a potential guest.
We want to hear from you.
You're a potential guest, and it's not my opinion. I'm just having a conversation like you and I are right now.
It's the easiest thing, and most people, I think, they expect during an interview or a sit-down session that you're going to pry about some real technical stuff and this and that, and I don't do that. Anytime I've ever met a celebrity, I don't ask them, what they do.
Yeah.
I know what you do.
Yeah.
I know who you are. I want to know who you are, though. Like, I ask questions about, what was your family life like? Oh, where'd you grow up at?
Yeah.
What kind of movies do you watch? Like, you know what I mean?
And it's the same
who
thing.
Who are you a fan of?
Yeah. Who inspired you?
Mm-hmm.
How did you get into the position that you're in?
Just opens up a conversation.
In today, and if you're in the boundaries of Montcalm County, you're a potential guest.
Yep.
They can just get with me at discovermontcalmpodcast.com. My number's there. You can search Duane Weed. Yes, I like to say now that I'm recreational and legal. I mean,
you don't need a medical card to talk to you.
Okay. You don't, and I say that with a joke because I've always had jokes.
Oh, I'm sure.
In my class, I go, okay, if you've got a joke, tell me, because maybe I haven't heard it. But people with names like that, there's
I
always
got you
jokes.
saved in my phone as the weed guy.
One of my students, when I was at Greenville, when I was doing a 7th hour program there, had in her phone weed.
Yeah.
Mom got the phone, went through it, and that conversation, she was sharing that with me, and and she kept saying, "Call the number."
Yeah.
Call the number. That's my
right.
So I guess the moral of that one is don't put weed.
Don't just put your last name. Right.
And
at least put a descriptor.
And she was kind of a little like bent that Mom was going through. I said, "Your mom cares.
Yeah.
Your mom cares." And if I would have seen that in one of my kids' phone,
oh yeah.
First of all, how smart are you to put it there? But anyways, in this case, it was legit. But I think that's
nobody
funny.
thinks anybody's gonna ever look at their phone.
Well,
even kids.
Yeah. Well,
you just never assume somebody's going to look at your phone for any reason. It's like your one personal thing that you keep that other people just don't see,
so
unless they share it with you.
Yeah. And if you get on your phone and you Google Duane Weed, you're going to find me. DW Video, you're going to find me. Discover Montcalm Podcast, you're going to find me.
It's easy to do.
Welcome to my basement, Just Jamming Guys, you're going to find me. I'm out there. I've got multiple things going.
It's easy to do in today's world to find people. So
it is.
Hard to hide.
It is.
But if we're public figures and we got a business, and you sure do have a business.
Well,
and that's what it is.
And I enjoy what I do. And
That's
I think,
important.
you know, getting up every day and finding something that you enjoy. Has it been an easy road? No, not at all. Has it been fulfilling? You know, and I guess as you get into that later in life, I've done some pretty cool things.
And that's great.
You know,
That's
and
awesome to keep in
opportunities
mind.
that my camera and I have gotten into. You know, it's like, oh, that is a bear out there. You know, on a bear hunt or falling out of a tree.
Yeah.
You know, being hung up on a, you know, that was one of my first experiences with a ladder jack. And,
Oh, okay.
you know, literally we're out on a bear hunt and I go up and I didn't step right and the ladder jack comes down and I'm hanging there.
Oh, that's scary.
And the hunter I was with brought the ladder jack back up to me, got me set up, and I'll tell you, that was a long 3 hours standing there thinking if the ladder jack went down once,
Yeah.
you know, and he was very calm, cool. We walked out of
You
the
have to
woods
be.
and he started laughing. The next morning I had bruised ribs,
Wow.
you know, but, you know, those are experiences that we look on and go,
Got a story to tell.
that was interesting.
Mhm.
You know, they're more than their job.
Yeah. When I first got here, you were kind enough. Kara interviewed me, kind
Yep.
of, but
Yep.
her and I have known each other for a
Yep.
while, so it's really just her and I just chit-chatting. And
We just got to
being
listen
how we are.
in. We
Yeah,
just got to
so
listen. We were the fly on the wall, and you know that podcast is
I'll
out
have to
there
come back and update my information sometime.
anytime.
I mean, nothing's changed. I still sit in this room. Exactly the same. So,
Connect and follow the Discover Montcalm Podcast on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Check out all our episodes at discovermontcalmpodcast.com. We look forward to featuring your business, community, nonprofit, events, and more. Contact Duane at 231-250-9624, 231-250-9624. Thank you for tuning in and following the Discover Montcalm Podcast. The Discover Montcalm Podcast wants to thank West Michigan Technology and Design Solutions, WGLM 1063 FM, DW Video, and Business Growth Engine. Thank you for your support.